Grim. Level 15 upgrade. So before I get to the Teckno Driveshaft, I want to go ahead and let you know that I replaced the remaining screws on here with a stainless steel screw set from Dynamite. This of course was donated to me by Coyote0976. Thanks again, man. Now I was originally going to make a video on me replacing the last screws, but I only ended up replacing about 12 screws. When I built this RC, I implemented a lot of stainless screws from the RC Screws kit. So there wasn't that much for me to do. So let's go ahead and move on to the Teckno Driveshaft. And there you have it, guys. This is the next upgrade for Grim, the Teckno Big Bone Center Driveshaft. This of course was donated to me by Xella Drive. Thanks a ton, man. So guys, let's go ahead and open this thing up and check it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off by popping off the top, and of course we are gonna have to cut this open. That's no problem. I got some scissors. Oh man, guys, check that out. That thing is sleek. Man, I love this. This is really, really tough material. Ooh, I like that. And of course, we have all the yokes in order to hook it up to the RC. And then it even gives us the grub screws and some spacers. So we'll go ahead and get this installed and see how it looks. So the first step is to go ahead and remove the front assembly, and it's held on with 5 screws. Now depending if you have the RPM front bulkhead or not, it's going to be different. So if you have the stock front bulkhead, you're going to be removing these 5 screws. You have these 2 right here, and then these 2 that are the front sides of the chassis. And then on the bottom, you're going to notice this skid plate. You're going to rotate your wheels, which is going to rotate the arm for your servo that hooks up to your steering linkage, which is going to be a screw that you're going to undo. Now if you have the RPM front bulkhead, you're going to be undoing these 2 screws, and on the bottom, these 3 right here. Once all those screws are out of the way, you should be able to go ahead and slide off the front assembly. Now with the stock one, it's going to be a little bit rougher. You're going to have to pull the sides of the skid plate down and then out. It's not so easy. With the RPM one, it's really easy. So after that, you're going to slide the drive shaft out. We are not going to need that anymore. And we're going to be replacing this part. So we're going to undo this grub screw right here. Once this part is out of the way, it's time to go ahead and replace it with the Teckno. But before we replace this part, we're going to have to prep the new yokes. Now if you're wondering which one goes to the front, it would be this one. It's rather similar to the other one, and it's going to be using the same style grub screw. Now before we install it, you'll notice that they do give you these little O-rings. These are spacers. These slide into the yoke and are pushed all the way down. Just like that. And now you're going to be using not 1 but 2. Push them all the way down. You can easily just use the drive shaft. And now we can go ahead and install it. Remember to use the included grub screw that they give you. And then we're just going to go ahead and line up the holes, slide it on, and then install the grub screw. Before you do, it's a good idea to go ahead and put some thread locker on there. For the rear, the process is identical. Just remove the old one by undoing this grub screw, put in the 2 spacers into the yoke, slide it in, and then you're ready to install the center driveline. Alright, and all you have to do is slide this right in through the center hole that goes in the chassis, push this all the way back into position, make sure it goes in all the way, and then just line it up with the front, slide on the front assembly. And once that's done, reinstall the 5 screws depending on which front bulkhead you have. Here's before, and here is after. Now I know it's not the same color blue as the stock aluminum one, but guys, believe me, I prefer this one way much more to the stock one. This one has no danger of breaking. The only thing I'm going to have to be, well, slightly concerned about is the O-rings that are used as spacers inside the yokes. I live in the desert, so the dry heat's going to make those disintegrate over time. The good news is that Traxxas has these shock rebuild kits that include the same size O-ring, so I can just go ahead and use those when those decide to give out. Either way, thank you very much Xella Drive for this awesome donation. And in case you're wondering, yes, they do include a Teckno sticker. And that was Grim's level 15 upgrade. Oh yeah, that's always lovely to start a clip with a burp. And here is after. Now I know. Oh, I'm tripping over my words. With the Traxxas.